Morning, sir. For a few minutes, we shall wait for others to join us. Just few minutes. Only three are there. Just a few minutes, we shall wait. Okay, ma. I'm starting with four people are there. I'm starting with uh, we have for the coming test we have electrochemistry and surface chemistry. Let us go through electrochemistry first. Electrochemistry. Wait a minute. Some net, some network problem. Because the network problem only we are not able to. That is my image and words will be very clear, but image will be slightly blurred because of uh, this electrochemistry. We have two cells we are going to study about. One is electrochemical cell and another is electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell. One is electrochemical cell, another is an electrolytic cell. We are highly concerned with electrochemical cell. Electrolytic cell is also there, but when you only few, some certain things are being deleted. So much concentration on electrochemical cell. What is electrochemical cell? A cell which converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called as electrochemical cell because most of the chemical reaction which gives out heat energy, the heat energy is the cell which converts the heat energy produced in the chemical reaction into electrical energy is called as a electrolytic cell, electrochemical cell. Sorry. What is electrolytic cell? Some chemical reactions need extra energy. Such chemical reactions are being brought down on application of electricity is called as electrolytic cell. For example, very good example, I can say water on passing electricity converts hydrogen and oxygen. This process is called, it happens because of applying electricity. So we call with the cell which works on this, we call as an electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell uses the process called electrolysis. Whereas electrochemical cell, the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. You can also call it as a galvanic cell or otherwise called as a voltaic cell. Electrochemical cell also can be called by the name called galvanic cell or otherwise called as a voltaic cell. Then how am I to construct the cell? That is, we have certain rules and regulations. Always anode should be on the left hand, cathode should be on the right hand side. And there will be a two things, that is, there will be a thing separating the cathode and the anode is called as a salt bridge. What is the function of the salt bridge? Salt bridge helps to connect the circuit. It helps to complete the circuit, number one. It helps in conduction of ions without mixing the solutions. It helps to complete the circuit and it helps to him to movement. It helps to conduct the ions without the mixing of the solution. That is the way this salt bridge plays a vital role. And when you write an ad, which one should be an anode and which should be a cathode? For that, what we need an electropotential is needed. This electropotential, if you are studying for competitive examinations, they might have taught in terms of reduction potential and on terms of oxidation potential. But with respect to CBSE, we are concerned only with reduction potential. So to construct a cell, I need a reduction potential, that is standard reduction potential. What is standard with respect to reduction reaction? What is the energy required for the reaction to occur? That is called as a reduction potential. Standard means the reaction is taking place at with 1 atmosphere. If it is a gas, it must be 1 atmosphere. And if it is a solution, means it should be of 1 m concentration. Temperature is at room temperature 20 degrees centigrade. This is the conditions we are doing this E0 cell. E0 cell is a reduction potential, which is a standard. If it is a solution, means it is 1 m concentration. If it is a gas, means it will be at 1 atmosphere. Reduction potential. For that, they have found out the reduction potential of different electrodes and being given the value. The least value will be of metals, lithium, like this it goes on, increases, then it comes 0, increases, then again the value increases. Either you can learn that way or reduction potential, fluoride will be the highest one, the higher value decreases 0 and further decreases. However you want, you can learn it. This is the way reduction potential is being written. Then when I want to construct a cell, how am I to construct a cell? E0 cell, the value what I get it should be positive. Then only the cell what you are constructed is will work as an electrochemical cell. So how am I to write down? If they will give 2 half cells. In the half cell, you have to find out the E0 value. More the negative E0 value, more negative the E0 value, it should be anode. The higher value will be cathode. For example, one cell E0 is 0.33 volt. Another E0 cell is equal to minus 2.3 volt, which will be anode. Negative among the two values, one is positive, another is negative. Means the negative value will be anode and cathode will be of positive value. Then only E cathode minus 2.3 will be of positive value. Positive value. Then both are positive. What is the meaning? Both are positive means again lesser value will be anode, more higher value will be cathode. In that case, 0.33 will be anode and 0.23 will be the cathode. Then only E naught cell is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode will be positive. Both are negative, then how am I to go ahead? More negative value will be anode, minus 2.3 volt will be more negative, less negative will be this. Then only E naught cathode minus E naught anode is equal to minus 0.33 minus of minus 2.3 will be a positive value. Understand, or this you have to keep in mind in constructing the cell. More negative should be the anode, less negative should be the cathode. Or more reducing agent should be act as an anode, more oxidizing agent should act as a cathode. This is the way we construct the cell. Next step. If it is, this is the standard conditions. The solution is at of 1 m concentration, then we use the E naught cell. If the concentration is not 1 m, it is of different concentration, then how do you work out? Either because, for example, they are given a cell, zinc, Zn2 plus, copper, no, I'm not copying here, H plus, gives H2, Pt. If this is the way, that H plus concentration is 0.2 m, and this is Pt as 1 m, then in that case, I cannot use E naught cell. I have to follow, the concentration is not standard conditions. If it is not in the standard conditions, what the electromotive force, E cell, the voltage, what I measure is called as a E cell. E cell is equal to E naught minus 0.059 by N log of. I always tell, write as log of product by reactant you write down. Always go by that way. Then for that, when any numerical is being given with respect to cell, write down the cell reaction. However, you are thorough also, no problem. You write down the cell reaction. This is comes like this way because it's acting as anode, loss of electrons. This is cathode, gain of electrons. Plus 2 electron gives H2. 2H plus 2 electron get cancelled out. So E naught cell minus 0.059 by 2 electrons log of product. When I write this overall reaction, it will be of 2H plus, but Zn gives Zn2 plus plus H2. Neutral molecule will not account for conduction of cell. Because what is the thing? Ions only responsible. So this one, this will be accounts for the E cell. So product, I have Zn2 plus by this I have H plus to the power of 2. Because why I'm writing is this square, everything people, children may miss it out. You'll think I will have but you will miss out if that H plus is twice, that you will forget it out. So write down the chemical reaction, write down the Hassel reaction, find out the overall reaction. For that overall reaction, find out the product by reactant. Don't go by in your book. I know that they are given anode by cathode. I'm not denying it, but there are some reactions where we have discussed in the class. There is a mistake as possible. So go by product by reactant. If you go by product and any type of reaction is being given, you cannot make a mistake. That's the reason. Then you what you write, you find out E naught cell will be given, substitute and get them. This is the way, this is the Nernst equation. Nernst equation is applicable when the concentration of the solution is given some different concentration. Then I go for E naught cell. I go for E cell. Next, next is, how thermodynamically this E cell is being related. We know that for the reaction to be spontaneous, del G plays a vital role. Del G plays a vital role for a spontaneous reaction. Del G is equal to is 0, then the reaction is equilibrium. Del G is negative, the reaction is spontaneous. Del G is positive, the reaction is non-spontaneous. The spontaneity of the reaction can be determined by del G. Then how del G and E are related? Del G is equal to minus N of E naught cell. We have already found out that for electrochemical cell, E cell will be positive. Above this del G will be negative. Then we can find out the spontaneous. This is positive, means automatically the reaction is spontaneous. We can prove it by del G. Spontaneity cannot be determined by E cell. Spontaneity can be determined only thermodynamically, del G. So you find out the spontaneity of the reaction by using del G. Del G is equal to minus. Understand? I'm going off to the next one. Next, that is the one thing. Amount of work done can be calculated. What is the amount of work done? Amount of work done can be written as work done is equal to minus del G. amount of work done is equal to minus del G. Understand the concept. Minus del G means what? Del G is equal to, you write it as minus N of E naught. E cell, or it is del G means you write it as E cell. Del G naught means you write E naught cell. That you have to keep in mind. Understand? Then what is the work done? Work done is nothing but minus del G is equal to N of. Actually, del G, right? We take this minus, you will get del G. Understand? What is the work done? Work done is nothing but minus del G. We have already studied in 11th standard. What is the significance of del G? Del G tells you that spontaneity of the reaction, and you can also derive how much of work is done can also be calculated by del G. Understand? So work done can be calculated by the formula minus del G. Spontaneity can be calculated by del G. Del G is equal to negative. The reaction is spontaneous. Minus del G tells you the amount of the work done. That is the next. Next, if the reaction is, if the reaction del G, if the reaction is at equilibrium, if the reaction is at equilibrium, then what happens? We have seen that. That is, you might have studied electrochemical cell. For example, for zinc and zinc Zn2 plus bar Cu2 plus bar Cu, the maximum voltage is you get it as 1.1 voltage. If the concentration is 1 now, the maximum voltage you will get is 1.1. Initially, when you start with the reaction, slowly the voltage will increase. Once it reaches 1.1, the voltage stops. Why? Both the concentration, what will happen? Zinc leaving the electrode get into the solution. Copper leaving the solution get deposited under this. This is the thing. Here the concentration, this will increase, this concentration will decrease. At one point of time, both the concentrations become equal. That is at equilibrium, equal. When they become equal, since there is no difference in concentration, the flow of current stops, voltage stops. In that case, we can say that equilibrium state is being reached. At equilibrium, E cell is equal to 0. Why? You cannot produce any voltage from that. Why? The concentration of both the solutions becomes equal. That is the equilibrium condition. Becomes constant. There is no change in the concentration. It becomes constant. That is at equilibrium. At equilibrium, E cell is equal to 0. What is the equation? E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 by L log of product concentration by reactant concentration. Product concentration by reactant concentration that can be replaced as Ka is nothing but equilibrium constant. Therefore, this has become 0. Therefore, E cell is equal to 0 because at equilibrium. Therefore, E naught cell is equal to 0.059 by log K. So, log K and E naught can be calculated. This is the way log K and E naught is being related. This is with respect to electrochemical cell. Next, there is one question. That is, find out the E cell. If the pH of H plus concentration is 10, be careful. That is often repeated question from the CBC point of view and also from the competitive point of view. Next we go for conductance. That is the main part of the question. Main part of electrochemistry. What is resistance? Resistance can be related as rho into L by A. It is nothing but cell constant, you know. Rho is resistivity, or we can call it as a specific resistance. But specific resistance is the old methodology of talking, but you have to talk it as resistivity. But still, there are some people do with the same word, but be careful. R is equal to, then we know resistance unit is ohm. Then inverse reciprocal of resistance is nothing but conductance. Conductance is indicated by the letter G. Therefore, G is equal to 1 by rho into A by L in right. For G is equal to kappa into A by L. This unit will be O power minus 1 second power, centimeter power minus 1. Yes, sir. No, correct. Sorry, this the resistance, the conductance is more or ohm power minus 1, I can say. Ohm power minus 1 for resistance, for conductance only I'm telling. Now, there will be a question, often asked question, that is with respect to CBSE and also with competitive examination. They will give resistance of 0.2 m resistance will be given. And resistance will be given. Conductance of 0.2 m will be given. This will be given. This is the question of your type. Then resistance of 0.3 m will be given, but they ask lambda m, molar conductance of 0.3 m will be asked. Understand the question. Be careful. Go through the question properly. This is the type of question often repeated for your CBSE. Resistance of 0.2 m will be given. Conductance of 0.2 m will be given. But resistance of 0.3 will be given. And they ask molar conductance of 0.3 m. What is the formula? When we talk about molar conductance, first thing you have to keep in mind is kappa by C. Kappa by C. And without 1000, the reaction is that formula is not completed. Then you have to find it out. O par, that is this kappa is comes as O par minus 1, centimeter minus 1 means you have to multiply by 1000. But kappa into kappa by C, if it is O par minus 1, meter per minus 1 means it should be 1000 W. Ma'am, I'm getting confused. 1000 numerator or denominator. How am I to keep in mind? That I will tell you. Lambda m is equal to kappa by C. What is kappa? Kappa, I told that it can be of ohm power minus 1, centimeter minus 1, I'm writing. Think of if it is centimeter 1. Mole means, concentration means moles per liter. I'm bringing the liter on numerator so that is understand, that is better for me to do it. Liter. I write it as ohm power minus 1, centimeter minus 1. That is liter it can be is 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube. So I write it as decimeter cube by mole. Decimeter to millimeter, centimeter, decimeter. I want to convert it to decimeter into, sorry, millimeter, centimeter, decimeter. I want to convert into decimeter into meter. So what I do? I multiply by 1000. Centimeter, then 1000 centimeter cube by mole. So only what happens? Your unit of lambda, that is molar conductivity, will be mole per, that is Simon meter centimeter square mole per minus 1, or Simon centimeter meter square mole per minus 1, you get it. So understand the concept. Centimeter means 1000 should be multiplied. Meter means 1000 should be divided. Without 1000, this calculation is not completed. Keep that in mind. Now, what is the reason I am asking? They are given this, but they are asking for lambda m of 0.3 m. They are asking. Then what I have to do for that? I need the kappa of 0.3 m. Have they given 0.3 m? They have not given, but they are given 0.2 m. From that, what do I calculate it? I get the cell constant. One thing you have to keep, for cell L by A is being fixed. What is the purpose of making a cell? To make fix L by A. Because every time I cannot measure the length of the wire and the area of the wire, I cannot measure and do it. So a cell is being constructed fixing this particular length and the area of the wire. So for a cell, L by A is fixed. Same cell I can use it so that L by A is fixed. Tarun, what is your doubt, ma? Tarun, you have raised up your hand. What is your doubt? No.
Can you repeat what you just said, ma'am?
You want here, what is the reason is resistance of 0.2 m, conductance of 0.2 m will be given, but they will give resistance of 0.3 m and they will ask molar conductance of 0.3 m. Then I need the conductivity of 0.3 m. Conductivity of 0.3 m is not given. Then how am I to go ahead? So from this data, what I'm trying to do is L by A is nothing but cell constant. Cell constant, if you see the cell, you might have seen in your textbook that say one wire to be fixed. This and this length of the wire is being fixed. For a cell constant is fixed. I can use the same cell and I find out the E cell of various concentrations I can find out. I need not change the length. Why? Because L by A is fixed for a particular cell. So from that I find out, say they would have used the word same cell is used. Same cell is used means what information you are getting, cell constant is fixed. So how am I to find out? R is equal to rho into L by A. Then if I write the inverse 1 by R, okay. L by A is a fixed. R by rho is equal to L by A is a cell constant. R by rho, 1 by rho is equal to kappa. So R into kappa is equal to L by A. Oh. kappa, okay. But they are given conductance. Somewhere I am looking at resistance, conductance will be given. Resistance I need. Okay, conductance given. Then I go for G is equal to kappa into L by A. Therefore, G is equal to kappa will come L by A. Above 1 by kappa is equal to G by, G 1 by kappa is equal to, I can write rho. Rho is equal to L by A. Okay, sorry. Then resistance and resistivity, something they will give, but this is the way they give. Resistance, conductance I have given, then it is resistivity, sorry. Conductance and resistivity is equal to L by A, that I can find it out by self constant. Then using the same self constant, I can find out kappa. Then I can find out lambda m. So this thing you have to keep in mind. Self constant G is equal to R is equal to rho into L by A. L by A is a self constant, that is equal to R by rho. R by rho can be written as 1 by rho can be called as kappa. This is the way they can relate it. R, they can ask, they can given resistance, kappa will be given. Then in that case, the L by A means conductivity has to be given, sorry. Conductivity and resistance should be given. If they are not given conductivity, they have to give resistivity and resistance should be given. Or otherwise, I can write it as 1 by G kappa. Otherwise, 1 by this I can write as 1 by G or 1 by rho is equal to L by A. This way also can be given. This is the different ways the self constant can be calculated. Accordingly, you can rearrange the reaction formula and can find out the self constant. Self constant for a particular reaction. If you are using the same cell constant is fixed. So find out the cell constant and using the cell constant find out K and substitute the K, you will do it. This is the question often asked. Now, this is lambda m, you have find it out. This is what is the question? It is example question. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can we directly find kappa and do, ma'am?
How do you find
do 1 by 2 is equal to
kappa? Resistance of 0.3 m is given. That is a textbook question. I will give it. 1 minute, I will give it. Sorry, I was searching the book. Wait. It is an exercise question. See here. I will give an example. Resistance of a conductivity cell. Resistance is given. Resistance of 0.1 m is given. Is 100. Whereas if the resistance of the same cell filled with 0.2 m. So resistance of 0.02 m is equal to 520 ohm. Then calculate the conductivity and molar conductivity. Calculate the conductivity and molar conductivity. Conductivity is kappa. Molar conductivity they are asked in, but they given one addition. Conductivity kappa is given. Conductivity of 0.1 m is given. Understood the concept? Understood the concept?
Yes, ma'am, I got it, ma'am.
This is 0.1 m, but they are asking conductivity and molar conductivity of 0.02 m.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I cannot use it directly. Understood the concept?
Yes, ma'am.
I have to find out self constant. Using the self constant and the resistance, I have to find out kappa. After finding out the kappa, I have to substitute by lambda m and find out lambda m. Clear? This to confuse you. This is the way the question will be asked. Keep that in mind. And when you do lambda, again I'm reminding, without 1000, the formula is not completed. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. Next, that is one question often asked. Then lambda m, we have find it out. Conductance and molar conductance, how do they vary with respect to dilution? Often asked question. How conductance and molar conductance vary with dilution? What is conductance if this is the cell? If this is the cell, however you take the solution, The ions present between the two electrodes will account for conductance. However you take it out, however the volume, I'm not concerned with the volume. The amount of the ions present per unit volume, that only will account for my conductance. So in that particular volume, when there is a dilution, number of ions decreases, conductance decreases with increase in dilution. So define the definition for conductance and write down on dilution, number of ions per unit volume decreases. So conductance decreases with increase in dilution. What is molar conductance? Molar conductance is present. If I am taking this amount of volume, molar conductance is the amount of ions present in 1 mm of all the ions present in the solution will account for lambda ion. What happens on dilution? When I dilute it, number of ions remains the same. Number of ions, when I dilute and dilute, number of ions is not increasing. Number of ions becomes there only. But what happens? Number of ions, the ions become free to move around. Free to move around. When they are concentrated, ions are intact. So movement is lesser. When on dilution, movement of ions becomes higher. So dilution, where molar conductivity increases with increase in dilution. Often asked question. Conductance decreases with increase in dilution. Why? Conduction is the number of ions per unit volume decreases. So conductance decreases with increase in dilution. Whereas molar conductance increases with increase in dilution. Why? The free movement of ions increases due to dilution. So molar conductance increases. Ma'am, I will do by other way also. Lambda m is equal to kappa by c. So I will do by this way. However you can do it. It's not a problem. But you have to write the definition or you have to write by this formula until the, because lambda m and concentration are inversely proportional. That way also you can afford. This is often repeated question. And similarly, when they put off the breath, this is the conductance of an electrolyte. Similarly, they ask conductance of metallic conductance with respect to temperature involved. Metallic conductance is movement of electrons. Electrolyte conductance is due to the movement of ions. And higher when the ionic, then one more thing, metallic conductance decreases with increasing temperature. That you have to be clear. Because with increase in temperature, what happens? We have considered in metal, there are atoms, how the metal atoms are there. You consider the metal atoms as a nucleus surrounded by a pool of electrons. All the electrons out in the shell will account for the conductance of metal cell. But due to increase in temperature, the electron cloud gets disturbed. So conduction of electrons becomes very difficult. So metallic conductance decreases with increase in temperature. Whereas ionic conductance increases with increase in temperature. Why? When the temperature increases, decomposition of ions increases. The more number of ions are produced. So conductivity increases with increase in temperature. Where ionic conductance increases with increase in temperature. Where metallic conductance decreases with increase in temperature. Often asked. Then that strong electrolyte, I can find out lambda, that is infinite dilution, I can find it out. Limited molar conductance, I can find out. For weak electrolyte, I cannot find it out. So there only Kohlrausch law comes out. Kohlrausch law tells you that limiting molar conductivity of any ion, any compound is equal to sum of the limiting molar conductivity of the individual ions. For example, limiting molar conductivity of barium chloride is equal to limiting molar conductivity of barium ion plus 2 into limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus ion. That you have to keep in mind. That is Kohlrausch law tells you. Kohlrausch law tells you that limiting molar conductivity of any salt is equal to sum of the limiting molar conductivity of the individual ions. Barium chloride, 1 barium ion, 2 chloride ion, that you have to keep in mind. They confuse you by giving this compound only, but you can say, ma'am, it is for weak electrolyte, but you are given strong electrolyte. Yes, I absolutely accept it. BaCl is a strong electrolyte. Why you are giving, you can say, but suppose if they give such type of salt, you have to keep in mind and tell you that. It's a weak electrolyte. For acetic acid, if it take that, you won't make a difference because it's a monovalent. So you will write as limiting molar conductivity of CS3COO minus plus limiting molar conductivity and H plus, you will find it out. It's not a thing. But this is the way, that is the thing you have to convey. If there are number of ions are there, that corresponding number of concentrations have to be calculated. This is limiting molar conductivity, they will give. If I know limiting molar conductivity of the individual weak electrolyte, from that what I am trying to find it out is nothing but alpha, degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation is equal to limiting, that is molar conductivity by limiting molar conductivity. That you have to find it out. When I find out alpha, I find out Ka is nothing but um, alpha square C by 1 minus alpha is nothing but dissociation constant of weak electrolyte. Mostly they give K and R, they are asking you to find out means mostly it will be a first acid that you have to get. This question, where that question that is there, exercise question 82, such type of 3.9, often asked, that type was also often asked. Next I go for Faraday. Faraday first law only you have, second law you don't have. First law tells you that the amount of the substance is directly proportional to the quantity of the current passed. Then how do you say amount of the substance? We do it simple. W is equal to, that is there is proportional to I into T. W is equal to electrochemical equivalence is T, that you say. But if you are going by those who are doing IIT, that is competitive examinations, you will find out Z is equal to equivalent weight by 96,500. You will put it and do it out. Those who are doing for, which is very simplest way. Those who are not preparing, they are totally dependent on CBSE. You need not worry about that. I can say, for example, if I take aluminium oxide, you want to find out the amount of aluminium deposited. If I pass a current of 3 amperes for 2 minutes, then what is the amount of substance deposited? That you will calculate it. What is the amount of substance deposited if I pass a current of 2 amperes and for a current of 2 amperes and 2 minutes? Then aluminium oxide, I want to find out from aluminium oxide, you know, one aluminium takes up how many? That is, aluminium oxide is converted into aluminium, sorry. Metal only get deposited. So aluminium, it is in what oxidation state? Plus 3 oxidation state. It takes up 3 electrons to form aluminium. One, but how many aluminiums are there? 2 aluminiums. So 2 aluminiums means it takes up 6 electrons and 2 aluminium. Understand or not? But we write it for 1. Then how am I to say? 2 into, that is aluminium oxide, that is your current, how much current is being done. This is, ma'am, as per the formula, if you go, you will write like this. But everywhere 2 is get cancelled. So I can directly go. Aluminium Al3 plus 3 electron gives Al also. I can go. Understand? This is the way we do. From that I find it. Correct? In how many electrons are there? 3 electrons. 3 into 96,500. Understand? Faraday will deposit 1 mole of aluminium, 27 grams. Therefore, 2 amperes, then 2 minutes. I have to ampere. My current I into T should be in ampere second. So 2 minutes into 60 will deposit how much gram? 27 into 2 into 2 into 60 by 96,500. This is the way. You have to be very careful with the number of electrons involved. Based on the number of electrons, 3 into 96,000 will deposit 1 mole of the substance. That way, if it is copper, they are given. Therefore, 2F will deposit atomic mass of copper. Copper is 63.5. Likewise, you can go there. You will have the formula only for the first type. But the second type also is there, but they are related with molecular mass. That also is there. There is a text question at the back of the chapter. You have one question. What is the second Faraday says that? If there are 2 electrolytes and if you are passing same amount of current, the amount of the substance deposited to its equivalent weight is being given. It is equivalent weight is given. Equivalent weight is not discussed in CBSE. So the second law, based on second law, question will not be given. You need not worry about that. But according to second law, that is the same second law. We have one question. You have different electrolytes and passing same amount of current means one substance get deposited means they asking say the same formula you start, you go ahead and do so. That is it. But again, this is also one type of question being asked. Next is this is with respect to electrochemicals. Next is electrolytic cell. The electrolytic cell, you have only the chemical reactions are involved. You are not having the cell, so you are escaped from most of the things. Then If I talk about a cell, they will ask always NaCl on electrolysis. What are the products being formed? You will write as because it is known to you Na plus Cl, NaOH plus H2 plus Cl2. One thing you have to keep in mind how it happens. Because NaCl is only NaCl. It is you are taking fused. Fused means no amount of water. Amount of water present is very, very less. They doesn't account for. I will not take into the reaction. In that case, you will get, if it is fused means, if it is fused means no amount of water is very less to make it molten. In that case, the products are sodium and chlorine. Then how it happens? This is you take because NaCl dissociate as Na plus Cl minus. H also dissociate as OH minus. Understand? Here no water, so only sodium and chlorine, so they get deposited. But if I take water, that also dissociates. This will get attracted towards cathode. This will attract towards anode. Anode. Cathode, when you go to cathode, E naught value will be higher to get deposited on the cathode. We know that E naught value here is just 0. Here E naught value is negative because all metals are very negative. They are very good reducing agent. So which will get deposited? Whose E naught value is more, that will get deposited cathode. So which will get deposited? H plus. H plus takes up the electron and deposited as hydrogen gas, evolved as hydrogen gas. Now you come to anode. When you come to anode, Cl minus and OH minus. So which get OH minus, you can say that as per the value, if you see that Cl minus is 1.36 volts. OH minus, if they undergo in the reaction, is 1.23 volts. If it is an anode, less value should get discharged. Less value should get discharged. Which is the less value is preferred, and therefore water should get oxidized. But this value, if I say that this is the reaction, this is the value, according to the value, you will find it out, this should get discharged. This should get discharged. But actually, what is getting discharged? This getting discharged. Why? We call it as over potential, over voltage or over voltage, over voltage or over potential, we say. What is it over voltage? Is nothing but extra energy needed to come to oxidize this because it is anode to oxidize this. Cl minus Cl2 oxidize. Similarly, OH minus also to be oxidized. But I feel from the electropotential, I find out that is the less value is required. But practically more amount of energy is required to oxidize OH minus to OH minus to O2. More amount of energy is required. That over voltage is the extra energy required to oxidize. That is not available in the cell. So Cl minus get oxidized. Got the reason? So only Cl minus get oxidized. These are just over voltage due to over potential. Over potential means to oxidize this, as per the theoretical, we find it at 1.3 volt, but practically it needs more energy to oxidize OH minus to O2. So yeah, so Cl minus is oxidizing. So you get Cl2, H2 and NaOH. Then there is a question at the back of the chapter. What are the hydrolysis product of the cell reaction is being given? That is mostly often asked at the back of the thing. An aqueous solution of silver nitrate with silver electrodes. Silver nitrate with silver electrodes. What do you expect? Aqueous solution of silver nitrate with silver electrodes. Actually, aqueous solution now, so water is also there. You are using inert electrodes, silver electrodes, inert electrodes you are having. Then what happened? Ag is dissociated to Ag plus NO3 minus. Water is also there, Ag plus and OH minus. This is getting attracted to cation, get attracted towards cathode, anion get attracted towards anode. This is 0, but electropotential it is positive. Let's say you might have seen electrochemical series, hydrogen, then only you get copper, silver, gold, and that. So E naught value increase when I go this way, E naught value increases. So E naught value of silver is higher. Upper cathode means which will get deposited, silver get deposited at cathode. Understand? So Ag plus electron gives Ag, you will get it at using silver electrodes. I'm talking about. Understand? At anode. So what will happen anode? This both are things are there, OH minus and NO3 minus and OH minus. But you are acting silver electrode. What will happen? Among OH minus and OH minus, which will get deposited? Because your electrode is silver electrode. NO3 minus is highly reactive. NO3 minus is highly reactive. So what happens? Which will react? Silver will react. So what is the reaction at anode? Ag will give Ag plus electron, and this Ag plus react with silver to nitrate ion to form silver nitrate. That is the thing you have to keep in mind when you are using silver nitrate with silver electrode. Here you don't have a problem. Here you come a problem. What is there? NO3 minus and OH minus, which will get discharged. This NO3 minus electropotential, if you see that, I will check it out. That is without checking itself, we can say that. Is why I am going by this way, if you see is because nitrate ion readily reacts with AgNO3 to form silver nitrate. So silver electrode will react. Ag gives Ag plus will get. These are the cell reactions taking place when you take aqueous silver nitrate with silver electrodes. Next, aqueous solution of silver nitrate with platinum electrodes. Platinum electrodes is an inert electrode. So what will happen? Silver nitrate with platinum electrodes. The silver nitrate Ag plus NO3 minus, then H plus OH minus. This is cation cathode, this is anion anode. Cation cathode which will get discharged, Ag will get discharged. So Ag plus electron gives Ag. Now the problem arises only with the anode. What is anode? It's a platinum electrode. Platinum electrode is an inert electrode. It's an inert electrode. So what do you expect? OH minus get discharged to form O2 plus H2O plus 4 electrons will give it. This is the way the reaction takes place if you are using platinum electrode. That is a difference you have to keep in mind. Then if I take electrolysis of a dilute solution of silver sulfuric acid with platinum electrode. Dilute solution of sulfuric acid with platinum electrode. Okay, sulfuric acid it will be dissociated as, you write it as 2H plus SO4 2 minus dilute solution. Then water is also there, H plus and OH minus. Understand or not? Then your cation, this is an cation cathode, anion anode. Here no problem, there is no competitor, so hydrogen get discharged. If I take this ion, sulfate ion to get discharged, more energy is required, E naught value. When you compare these two things, this is only get discharged. So what are the products you have? Hydrogen and oxygen are the products you get. This is because OH potential is lesser, sulfate ion, bigger ion, more energy is required, discharge potential is more. So what will happen? O2 get discharged. So what are the products? Hydrogen and oxygen are the products. Then similarly, CuCl2, aqueous solution of CuCl2 with platinum electrodes. With platinum electrodes. See here, platinum electrodes means again CuCl2, Cu2 plus 2Cl minus, then H plus and OH minus. Understand or not? If I see here, we are using platinum electrodes. Aqueous, yes. Aqueous is cation, cathode, anion, anode. Okay. Cation, cathode. Cathode like higher value get discharged. Which is higher value? This is 0. This is more value. So this will get discharged. Upper Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. Now the question arises. 2Cl minus using platinum electrodes. Then copper, this is OH minus and Cl minus, which will get discharged. It actually, Cl minus, as we have seen in that, is a platinum, you are using platinum electrodes. Platinum electrodes is not reactive, but actually which will get discharged, OH minus will discharge. So 4 OH minus gives 4 electron plus O2 plus H2O. So what are the products you get? Copper and oxygen are the products. Using platinum electrodes. Similarly, see that one more thing I'll take. Copper electrodes if you use. Instead of platinum electrodes, you use copper electrodes. Then what you have? The same thing if you are using it. Then what will be the products? Then anode will be the same thing. Cathode only problem arises. You find it out that this is more reactive. This is more reactive. So what will be the reaction? This Cl minus reacts with Cu. So immediately what Cu will do, gives 2 electron and forms Cu2 plus. So Cu2 plus forms a Cl can react. So these are the reactions taking place at anode and cathode using copper electrode. Same copper electrode. If I use platinum electrode, what happens? Then oxygen gets liberated. Similarly, silver nitrate solution using silver electrode. What are the products you get? What are the cell reactions? Silver will give Ag plus electron. Silver plus electron gives silver if you are using platinum electrodes. But if you are using silver electrodes, what will happen? Nitrate ion will go and be a, sorry, if it is silver electrode, this is the reaction. If it is platinum electrode, then what happens? This nitrate ion and OH minus will be there. So OH minus will dissociate to give hydrogen and oxygen. Keep that in mind. This product of electrolysis asked. Then this is respect with the electrochemical cell, electrochemistry. The cell and all is not there. It is 53 IO surface chemistry is there. Surface chemistry, if you have any doubt, I will tell you. Because surface chemistry, if you see about the importance of surface chemistry, if I talk about most of the question will be asked, there will be asked difference between this physics option, chemist option will be asked. Friendly isotherm diagram, there is a graph will be asked, friendly isotherm. Then how can you classify the colloids based on their dispersed phase and dispersion medium? They will ask very careful because it is your old portion. Even though in 9th standard you have studied with respect to dispersed phase and dispersion medium, that will be asked. Then what I can say, friendly isotherm will be asked. Physics option, chemist option is asked. Then catalysis you don't have. Then absorption theory and all you need not worry about. Activity, selectivity you don't have. Enzyme catalysis you don't have. Then what is there? Nothing is there. You have to talk about what is physics option, chemist option you have to talk about. Next difference between physics option, chemist option you have to talk about. Next friendly isotherm. Here in the surface chemistry, now what is left over is friendly isotherm. Be thorough with friendly isotherm. And classification of colloids based on their based on the dispersed phase and dispersion. Lyophobic, lyophilic. Lyophilic is unstable. Lyophobic is unstable. Lyophilic is stable. Why lyophilic is stable is because of charge and solvation that you have to keep in mind. Because lyophilic salts are charged. The charged particles doesn't allow the particles to come closer because either if lyophilic, if I talk about, either it will be a positive charge or it may be a negative charge depending upon the salt, either positive or negative. So the particles will not allow the particles come close because of the charge. The particles will not come closer. So they are always in the form of a salt movement. So only lyophilic salts are stable. And they get solvated. More solvation, more amount of energy is given up. When the more amount of energy, the system is of lower energy, so they are highly stable. So lyophilic salts are stable because of two reasons: because of charge and solvation. Be clear. Lyophobic are unstable. That is the thing you have to keep in. Then classification of solids based on their size of the particles: multimolecular, macromolecular, associated colloids. Multimolecular means the particles are very smaller in size. When they are dissolved in particular solvent, the particles grow in size and forms a colloidal solution. That you have to keep in mind. Sulfur powder. Sulfur powder is very small. When they dissolve in water, what happens? The particles come closer and forms a colloid. That is called multimolecular. Macromolecular is all your proteins, polymers comes under macromolecular colloids. What is macromolecular colloids? Molecules which are very, very larger, when they are dissolved in a particular solvent, they broken down into particles of colloidal size, very larger, broken down into particles of colloidal size. Whereas multimolecular is particles are very, very smaller. When they are put in a particular solvent, they grow into particles of colloidal size. That you have to put. Smaller going into colloidal particles is called multimolecular. Macromolecular, Very larger molecules broken down into particles of polarized size. That is called macromolecular. Whereas associated colloids means below missile concentration, they behave as a true solution. After above missile concentration, they behave as a colloid. That is called associated colloids. Then preparation of colloids are there, but they don't much ask on that. But they will ask what is peptidization, what is coagulation. Again, I'm repeating peptidization. Coagulation, you can keep in mind peptidization, coagulation. What is PPR? PPR, peptidization P. So it should be P to C. CR, it is C to P. What is P? It is precipitate. Peptidization is a reagent which converts precipitate into a colloid. Coagulation, CC. Coagulation is a process by adding an electrolyte. You can convert a colloid into a precipitate. Peptidization is a process by adding a substance. I convert a precipitate into a colloid. Coagulation is a process by adding a substance. I convert a colloid into a precipitate. That is CC, so that you don't make a mistake. Peptidization, again, I'm repeating. How a precipitate is converted into a colloid? Why is the precipitate? The particles are closer. Why the particles are closer? They are not having charge. When I add an electrolyte, what happened? To this electrolyte get adsorbed on the particle and gives a charge, either positive charge or negative charge. So what happens? Once they get charged, what happens? They do not come closer because they repel. So they convert into a colloid. Then what is a coagulation? Converting a colloid into a precipitate. Colloids are the charge. So when I add an electrolyte, of opposite charge, what happens? The charge gets cancelled out. So charge gone out. So the particles which are far apart come closer, combine together and form a precipitate. So peptidization is nothing but process of converting a precipitate into a colloid. Coagulation is nothing but conversion of colloid into a precipitate. That you should know. Then what is meant by dialysis? Definition should be very clear. Dialysis is the process of movement of salt particles from higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is called as dialysis. Dialysis is of removal of electrolyte from a colloidal solution. Keep that in mind. Dialysis is the process of removal of electrolyte from a highly concentrated solution to there is movement of that is dialysis is nothing but removing. It's a process of removing the electrolyte from a colloidal solution by means of diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane is called as dialysis. Through dialysis, you are removing an electrolyte. Keep that in mind. You are removing an electrolyte. Salt content in the solution is being removed by dialysis. That definition should be very clear. Then Tyndall effect, you should know. What is electrodialysis? That you know, peptidization. Then Brownian movement. What is zeta potential? You should know. Then one more thing is there. They will ask. You are adding silver nitrate. To the silver nitrate, you are adding NaCl. To the silver nitrate, you are adding NaCl. What will be precipitated? AgCl will get precipitated. What will be excess? NaCl will be added. So ClCl will stay. So this will become negatively charged. That you have to keep in mind. When I add NaCl, when I add silver nitrate to NaCl, what happens? This is excessive. Understand? Okay. Yeah, sorry. This I'm making mistake. This is AgCl will be this. This is excess. So which is similar? Ag plus is similar. So it becomes Ag gets adsorbed. So it becomes a positively charged colloid. Sorry. You are taking NaCl in excess. To that NaCl, you are adding AgNO3. So what happens? AgCl will get precipitated, which is excess. NaCl is excess. So what happened? This, which is common, Cl minus is common. So this gets absorbed. So this become negative charge. This is the way the question will be asked. When you add this to this, what is the charge of the colloid? That you have to keep in mind. Because NaCl is added to AgNO3, which is NaCl will precipitate as AgCl. So there won't be any NaCl. What will be excess? AgNO3 is excess. AgNO3 and AgCl is there. So what AgCl will do? Will absorb the light charges. So Ag plus will get absorbed. So the AgCl will become partially charged colloid. Now when I add this way, AgCl now AgCl will absorb Cl minus, so it becomes negative charge because NaCl is in excess. That you have to keep in mind. Then yeah, zeta potential, you know, next electrophoresis, that's all. Next you have emulsion, then you don't have application of colloids, you don't have emulsion, you have. Emulsion is nothing but you have to keep in mind what is an example of emulsion, what is an emulsifying agent. Emulsifying agent which makes the, which stabilize the emulsion. Why emulsion? Because there is a difference of layer. When I put soap, what happens? The difference of layer is removed. So soap is acting as a very good emulsifying agent. Emulsifying agent is a substance which stabilizes the colloid. Emulsion is one type of colloid. It stabilizes the colloid. That is called emulsifying agent. That is very simple. That is the question asked regarding surface chemistry. Beyond that, it's not there. Then if you take the questions at the back of the chapter, 5.15, 5.15 is the more, if you see everywhere, 5.15 is the three subdivisions are there. That type of way the question being asked in most of the questions. This is regarding with surface chemistry. If you have any doubt, I can clarify your doubts because electrochemistry is a big chapter, so I put more time over there. So if you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts. Did you do your assignments? If you do your assignments, if you have done your assignments, if you have doubt in your assignments, you can tell you, ask me. Ma, nobody is answering. No doubt. Regarding surface chemistry right now, since most of the portion is deleted, be thorough with all the definitions as per the test. Friendly Chaitottam explanation, what is dialysis, the definitions are all very much definitely asked. Because there is a way we can test that. Beyond that, there is no question. But electrochemistry is a very important chapter. Everything has to be learned. But your cell and corrosion and even fuel cell, everything is being from cell, everything, battery, everything is being deleted. So now you have become very less. So more give much concentration on solving the numericals. That is very important with respect to electrochemistry. Anything, any doubt from your side? If you ask me, I can clarify it. No doubt means you tell no doubt. If you have a doubt, you tell me so that we shall discuss that. 5 to 10 minutes we can take to discuss. Beyond that, everything, whatever I wanted is, wherever students make mistakes, everything I have to. This chapter is no doubt means we can wind up the class. What is the thing? Tell me, openly tell.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts. Okay. No doubts means, have you done your assignments? Did you go through? Even if you have not, check it out, work it out, then only it is easy for to find out the doubts you have. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So if you don't have a doubt, we can wind up the class, but get ready for the test. But I have not corrected your first paper, may start today. How many of you have you all attended the test, Sunday test? How many of you have attended? Question number 34, ma'am. Tauga, Sachin, I don't have the question paper, ma'am. If you read the question, I will read it out. Sachin. Sachin, are you able to read out the question? Your mic is not a problem, so you can read out. I will ask Harini. Harini, do you have the question? Harini, Basma, if you have the question. I don't have the question right now in my hand, ma'am. Please. Question number 2, ma'am, my mic doesn't work. Harini, do you have the question mark 2034? He's asking. Otherwise, I have to go to whether I kept the question or not, I don't know. Harini, do you have the question with you? Is anybody having the question?
1 minute, ma'am. Ma'am, which question, ma'am?
Yeah, little bit louder, ma'am. I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Ma'am, which question, ma'am?
Question number 34, Kito.
How much time would it take in minutes to deposit 1.18 gram of metallic copper on a metal object when a current of 2 ampere is passed through the electrolytic cell containing copper Cu2 plus ions? Given that
அவ்வளவுதானே?
given copper is equal to 63.5 gram per mole and 1 farad is equal to 965.
Every data is given, Pagam. See, you are depositing from CuCl2 is electrolyzing. What if you electrolyze? Cu get deposited, copper is get deposited. Copper, Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. So how much of electron, how much of current is being passed? It is 2 Faraday. Is what you write. 2 into 96,500 will deposit how much of copper? 63.5 gram of copper. Then wait a minute, I will close it. In that case, they are asking for to deposit 1.8 gram of copper, how much of current is required? 2 into 96,500 into 1.8 by 63.5 is equal to how much? 2 into 96,500 into 1.8 is equal to divided by 63.5 is equal to how much I'm getting? It is 5470. Understand? It's nothing but ampere second. Now 5470 is equal to ampere into time in second. What is ampere they are given? 4 ampere they are given. So 4 into time in second. Therefore 5470 by 4. How much you get? Divided by 4. 1367 in seconds. But I heard that the question is asking minutes. I heard. Therefore 60 you divide. You get it. Is equal to 22.7 minutes. Always I ampere T in seconds. Then only this is the answer. What you are getting is nothing but ampere second only you get it. Therefore ampere I know I find out the time. But the time what I get is in seconds. But the question is asking minutes, so I write in minutes. That's all. Go by the step, the same way only. You don't need to change. If you are doing IIT means, then people will take a go by equivalent way. The work will be made very easier. If you are not known means, don't go. Go by this methodology itself. It works out. CBSE builds you only with that. Any other doubt? No other doubt means we shall wind up the class. But this question with respect to Nernst equation, question with Faraday, question with lambda m are very important. Go through it. P in fingertips. That only I can say. With respect to electrochemistry, surface chemistry, all are simple questions only. Most of the chapters are, most of the content of surface chemistry is deleted, so you need not worry about that. Shall we wind up the class? Any doubt is there means you can tell. Otherwise, we shall wind up the class. How do you say? What do you say? Yes. Okay, ma'am, we shall wind up. Take up the test seriously. I don't want any absentees. Take up the test. But by Sunday, I will send out the portion for assignment for the next test. We shall discuss accordingly. Mostly, I think so. Monday will be a problem to conduct the test because many classes are there. Getting Zoom class is very difficult for us. I heard that. No, most probably that instead of having on Monday, we will keep it on next Sunday. Next day. Next day. Instead of Monday, we can keep it on Tuesday. That way will be there. Zoom classes are available means we shall have it on Monday. Otherwise, we shall keep it on next day. That's the thing. That's the changes is being observed, I think, so far. So come prepared, take up the test seriously so that you can prepare very earlier. You can be, because we have, per the information we heard that the board exams are coming in the month of June or the month of May. So you have enough time. And again, I'm saying 99 or 100 should be your target. Beyond lesser than that is not applicable. You had enough time. You are fortunate. In spite of having been fortunate, you have everything. Getting less mark, not working is very bad. Put your effort. Then after you are thorough with the content, you can prepare even for your all your competitive examination or any entrance examination so that you can get into a good college even though in this pandemic situation. That's the purpose we are telling it. Okay, ma, thank you. Take care. Come prepare for the test. Then in the next class we shall meet according to the schedule. Okay, ma, thank you. I'm ending up the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma. I'm ending up the class, ma. Thank you.